Good evening, this is Isaac from Blue Bag of Borelli, my place to talk about all things AFL, but I also love talking about another favourite thing, movies. So tonight I have a special guest, one of my friends long time, Daniel, affectionately known by some of his closer mates as Scuba Steve. And we've seen movies together in the past, we've watched films together, we catch up often. I've asked him, and he's so kind enough to agree, to share his top 20 favourite films of all time. It's his list, it's his movies. I'll hand it over to Daniel.
Thank you, Isaac, for letting me join your channel. And
Pleasure.
And today we will go through top 20 films. So I've done this one a little bit differently. I will be giving a top 17 of a different genre for each film, and then I'll go through the top 4 of probably the films I've seen the most. So when it comes to gangster films, if you like gangster films, I recommend the movie Chopper. So Chopper is an Australian film. It stars Eric Bana, and it's probably one of the greatest performances he's ever done. I chose this as a gangster film, obviously, because it's has a bit of comedy. It's good action. It's just a great film. Like, it's based off a true life story. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Gangster film, Chopper. So for an Australian film, so if you want interested in an Australian film or an Aussie classic, there's a film. It's called Picnic at Hanging Rock, and also it's just a great Aussie film. It's a bit of a mystery film. It has a little bit of a twist at the end. Highly recommend everyone to see it. Some people like musicals. This was a little bit tricky to choose, but I went with Oliver the Musical, the 1967 classic that won a lot of awards. Everyone probably knows a song from this film. You know, you got to pick a pocket or two. So, and Isaac, I know this one's on your list.
I love this film. I love it. I do. I love it. It's a classic. I've watched it many times, and I've even watched twice live theatre production from a high school. I love it. It's a great film, and my favourite song is "I'm Reviewing the Situation." So yeah, but Pick a Pocket or Two is great, and I love that film. So yeah, that's film. In my list as well.
Yeah, great film based off a novel, Oliver Twist. So yeah, highly recommend to see it. So when it comes to mysteries, a great mystery film is The Unusual Suspects. I think we have that one here.
Yes.
I think it's early 90s. It has a very interesting storyline and a very interesting plot twist at the end. It's a bit of a mystery, bit of a murder mystery, bit of a gangster related, and it's probably got one of the most memorable quotes of all time. And the quote goes, "The greatest achievement that the devil ever pulled was proving to the world that he doesn't exist."
And that's true.
It's a very powerful quote. It's a quote that
is that in the film?
Yeah, it's a quote from the film. Wow. That
I've never seen it. Maybe I'll watch this film.
That so basically, yeah. So remember, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was proving the world that he doesn't exist, and that's a great way to summarize the movie, and that's why it's in my top 20 list.
Wow, very good.
So we'll go to horror. So if you like horror films, I've gone with this interesting choice, but it's a Japanese film and it's called Battle Royale. So Battle Royale is the Japanese Hunger Games. Hunger Games absolutely ripped off this film. It's a classic. It will probably age really well. It's got a little bit of comedy in it. But it's like Hunger Games with Squid Games together. It's a great horror film. Great to watch. Everyone should at least watch it once. A little bit about how the movie kind of ends. It's one of those movies where you think it ends and it just adds to it, and you get like a little bit more to the ending about how the storyline goes. So highly recommend it. So we'll go with comics and superheroes, and we've gone with Dark Knight, and I don't know how anyone could choose anything but Dark Knight. Isaac,
this is a masterpiece. Yeah. Belongs on the top drawer.
Just a great movie.
And a great cast. Alfred as the butler was fantastic. And Heath Ledger,
Great
brilliant,
acting.
brilliant,
Yeah, Heath Ledger, great acting in the
brilliant.
film.
His portrayal of the Joker,
Joker, yeah.
fantastic, brilliant.
Definitely a top 20 film.
Oh, it's in my top 20 as well. Memorable and very rewatchable. Great choice.
So for an action film, I've chosen First Blood. And Isaac knows I'm not a Sylvester Stallone fan.
That's right.
His
I'm
acting,
very happy with this, mate. I'm very happy.
His acting's terrible, but with First Blood, it's just a great storyline. It's a great action film. He does really well.
He does.
It's like sets him up for Rambo series. Like it's just a movie that you have to watch, isn't it? Just the way the story progresses and the way he grows as a character throughout the film is just great.
I love it. That's in my top 20 as well, and that's my most favourite of the Rambos. First Blood, masterpiece, brilliant love
film.
it. Yeah, great choice. I love it, Daniel. I'm very happy and pleasantly surprised because I didn't think we would have a Stallone film in there. So
definitely a movie. Worth
shout out to
watching.
Sylvester Stallone.
Definitely worth watching. So for a genre that's futuristic reality, I've gone with iRobot. So iRobot is probably like an early 2000s film. It's one of the ones you might have seen once or twice. But what I really like about this film is the fact that it has so much deep meaning to just how our society is and where we're going. And so like right at the start, it talks about the rules of robots and what they're allowed to do in the human race. And just the way just the story grows and the relationship between the main actor and the robot, it just progresses. It talks a lot about society and how we are as a society. And that's why I'll put this film in the top 20.
Will Smith's great.
Will Smith's great in that film.
He is.
Again, an actor I do not like, but in this film, he did a great job.
Yeah. Cool.
So when it comes to a Christmas comedy, I've gone with Home Alone 2. Just the funniest.
That's great. Everyone loves this.
It's so funny. Like just the funny, isn't it?
It is. How
It's
can
just
you
funny.
not? Joe Pesci as well, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, those two thieves, eh?
Just a great film. Like the Christmas, like all the songs in it, the storyline's great. Yeah, so definitely a top 20 film.
They're much loved. These, and you can watch these every Christmas time. You could watch this.
John Williams.
Yeah, John Williams. Yep, his music. Yes.
Yeah.
You're right, David.
It's just one of those films you can rewatch over and over again and never get sick of it. You know. So definitely a top 20 film. So when it comes to karate films, I thought I'll sneak a karate film in, and I've chosen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's a 2000 film. It's in Chinese. It's got English subtitles, but it's just a great film, and you kind of don't know where the story's heading. It's got like multiple plots going on. You kind of see the characters grow. So it's a great karate movie. I like. I don't know if you've seen it, Isaac.
I'll admit I've never seen it, but maybe I can put it on my.
David's never seen it either, so you have to maybe give it a shot.
Yeah, I'll put it on my bucket list.
Yeah.
You do have good taste, so I might have to watch it.
It's definitely a movie you have to watch once. Yeah.
Cool.
So when it comes to, I thought another genre would be based on a true story, and I've gone with a movie. It's called Catch Me If You Can. It's a 2000 movie, and it's got that guy from Titanic. What's his name?
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. He's the main actor.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is in it too. It's based off a true story about a young man who fakes and makes out he's a pilot, makes out he's a doctor, and basically rips off a lot of banks. And it's set in the 60s, like, so, if you like the kind of like 60s vibe feel of a movie, it's got kind of got that.
Is it based on true story?
It's based on a true story, yeah. I mean, like, won't kind of explain how it happens at the end, but you see him basically trying to get caught by Tom Hanks, who's the main police officer who's after the guy who's trying to catch him. And just a great story about just, because it's,
Cat and mouse game.
Yeah, cat and mouse game.
Cool.
So we'll go with a biblical film. Another difficult choice, but somewhat not difficult. But I've gone with 10 Commandments. And I know you love this one, Isaac. You love this film.
Masterpiece.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah, this is
Great.
close to my heart. It is.
It's another rewatchable film, so
Oh.
you can watch it over again, and you learn more about the story, understand a bit more about the story every
Yeah.
time. But great film, recommend it for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. In my list, of course, fantastic choice, and I reckon this is in David's list as well.
It was in David's list, yeah. So all three lists, I think all three
Yes.
of us have had Ten
Yep.
Commandments. There's a few we've all had.
Yep.
We've had Dark Knight. So
Yes.
there's a few there. So when it comes to anime films, I like anime films, and I've gone with a Japanese anime film called Ghost in the Shell. It's based off a Japanese comic, and it's for an anime, it's a great film, and like the way that it was whole animated, it's just it's so great. This movie is so good that Matrix had to copy it.
There you go.
So you watch this film and you'll be like, this is what Matrix had copied. Like the fight scenes, Matrix, the whole thing about that virtual reality was from the Matrix. Like even the Matrix admitted that they did copy this film.
There you go.
So it's a great film. So the commander is the main here. She's a cyborg. She's actually a human who was a police officer who then got placed in a robot to relive a life as a police officer as a robot.
A
So it's kind of
hybrid.
like a hybrid.
A
She's a
hybrid.
hybrid. Yeah. So the start of the story is you see her how she became the hybrid,
Okay.
and the story just progresses from there. And we'll get too much in detail how it ends, but just a great film.
Cool.
So yeah, if you like The Matrix, I recommend you see Ghost in the Shell. They have redone the movie with Scarlett Johansson recently, but that movie's not that good. But the original anime is great. So when it comes to sci-fi, another hard choice, but I've gone with Terminator 2. Just a great.
A lot of people love this.
Oh no, everyone likes Terminator 2. What's your opinion, Isaac?
I love it. I do. No, I love it. Now, probably this one and Predator
Yeah.
and True Lies. For me, they're probably my top three Arnie films. And you can't argue with this probably as being number one. I do love True Lies as well, but yeah, this is
True Lies
great.
funny, but yeah.
This is a masterpiece. Fantastic.
Usually second movies are usually terrible, but
Yes.
Terminator 1 and this is built on that. It was just amazing. Like the way that they progressed the story was great. I'm surprised that it worked, like they pulled it off.
And James Cameron, I mean,
Yeah.
he's a master.
T100.
Yeah, James Cameron's a
1000.
master.
T1000. Just even the death scene. I love the death
Yeah.
scene in the film.
Oh,
Yeah,
a lot
like
of
who
great
saw that
action.
happening? Like the way he died. Like it's like how are they gonna kill him? How are they gonna kill this robot? Like the suspense of it is so
Yeah.
great. Has a 9/11 reference.
Yes. Does
It's a
it
great-
also have a reference to Back to the Future or not? I
I
can't
don't know.
remember. Maybe not.
Maybe
Maybe
not.
there was some. Maybe it's something else.
But yeah,
anyway.
great film. So for a romantic film, we don't have this one here, but it's called Love Me If You Dare. It's a French film. If you like, it's like The Notebook, but on steroids. It's just a great film. If you like romantic films, even if you don't like romantic films, it's just a great film. It's a great love story. So Love Me If You Dare for a French film, romantic. So a novel adaptation we've gone with, of course, Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kings. I mean, how could you choose anything else? I couldn't choose anything else. Like
Extended edition.
it is the the extended edition.
The extended edition.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the Kings. I do like Twin Towers as well.
Yeah.
Better than Fellowship. I think Lord of the Rings did take Two Towers to another level. It was just a great film. The fight scenes were great. The acting was great. The storyline was great. The editing was great. Yeah, no, great film.
I love this film. When I went to the cinemas to watch this third film, I was upset. I loved the film, but I was upset because there was no scene of Saruman in the theater. When the extended edition came out, because I've purchased all the extended editions on Blu-ray, the first scene,
Yeah, the one with Christopher Lee on the tower, they cut it out. Yeah,
he falls down.
yeah,
remember
they cut it out. Yeah,
when Legolas,
yeah.
and there's Grima with the knife. So
because the scene starts where he just pulls the orb out of the water, but
So-
they cut that whole scene out. Yeah.
I was so pleased that was in the extended cut because I loved Saruman, and
Yeah.
you go to the cinemas, the third installment, and he wasn't in there at all. I thought, what the heck's going on here? So, no, I love this film. Peter
Yeah.
Jackson is a master. He really is. This is top shelf, and I love this film. Thank you. I'm so pleased that you've included a film from Middle Earth. And yeah, Return of the King's great.
For a novel
Aragon?
adaptation, it was great. Like, if you haven't read the books,
Yeah.
like, you know, the movie's a bit out of sequence, but it's got like all the parts of the books.
So you've read the books?
Yeah, I read the books.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're authentic, like.
I mean, like Aragorn's girlfriend's not really in the books, but like,
Oh,
you know,
right.
like the start,
okay.
but you know, like the start with Gollum and
Yes.
and the guy they have the fight of the ring in the water.
Yeah.
That's not in Return of the Keys. That's in Fellowship of the Rings. But
Right,
like
yes.
like it's a little bit out of place, but it's
Yeah.
still like. And then like
Deagle?
Deagle, I think it's Deagle, and Erwin, like in like the characters are a little bit. They're not as like Erwin was such like a heroine in the movies. While in the book, he's not really like he does kill him, but it's like I think the films is great that they built some of the character of the people while they're not really showing in the books as much.
Yeah.
But still great. It's a great film. Can't hate it.
It is. And in November, Supernova this year, maybe you can join us. 2 actors are going to be in Adelaide in November, Supernova, from this film. David Wenham, Faramir,
Yeah, Faramir.
and Eowyn.
Oh,
No blade of a man can kill me. She takes her
no
helmet
man.
off. I am no man, and stabs him. They're going to be at Supernova in November. I can't believe it. I'm gonna line up and have a photo with them.
actually get an autograph.
Yeah, I can't wait. How cool is that? In Adelaide this year. Great choice.
Okay, yeah. So for a cult classic, I've gone with Alien, the original Alien film. No, we don't have it. Surprising. We need to buy it. We need to get ours that.
Yes.
It's a good film. It's a great film. Like it.
Ridley Scott, isn't it?
No, that's
James Cameron? or-
James Cameron. The original one, James Cameron. Yeah,
Like Sigourney Weaver
Yeah.
is probably like if you talk about female roles in a movie, Sigourney
Yes,
Weaver was
she's
just
great.
amazing because you don't really think she's the main actor
Yeah.
when you kind of watch it, but she is obviously the main actor. But just a great film.
Yeah, she's great, and he's a great director, and she was in the Avatar films.
Yes,
Sigourney
yeah,
Weaver,
she played the Doctor.
and she's going to be in a Star Wars film in May 2026. She's going to be in the Grogu and Mandalorian film. I don't know what her role is, but it's true. She's going to be in that film, so I'm looking forward to watching that. 2026 in May.
26.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
All right, so here we got the top 4.
Here we go.
All right,
Here
so
we go. These are your top 4.
These are the top 4 movies I've probably seen the most. So
You've
they're
watched
not-
these the most.
They're
Yeah.
probably like not necessarily the best or the worst, but I've definitely seen them the most.
Right.
And
That's cool.
basically, there are 3 absolute trashy films, but they're just good binge films, like just good to watch
Yep.
trash films.
Yep.
And we'll go with number 4, and that's Total Recall,
The original.
the original.
Yeah, with
So
Arnie.
this is
with Arnie.
yeah, I know.
Uh,
You mentioned
this is-
Arnie in
this
all
is
these other
great.
films. You forget Arnie in Total Recall.
I hadn't forgot. I just said no. He's great in this. I love this film too. He's good. I just said I didn't forget him. I just
Yeah.
said the other 3 above this,
No,
but it's still
he's
good.
great.
Still very good.
I got 4 kids to feed.
Sorry.
I wish I had 3
yeah,
hands.
yeah. I
The
knew.
fake boobs.
I knew that was going to be brought up. Yes.
But I'll tell you why I like this film. Not that it's a great binge to watch. Is the question is
Twist.
he in a dream or is he not?
That's right. That is exactly right.
And he's definitely in a dream. Like that's my. I've actually read the book.
Oh, right.
And the book's a little bit more political. Goes into the political situation. But if you think about how the movie is, and you think about the people who are on Mars and they have to pay for oxygen to live there, and it's like how our society kind of is now, the low class and the rich people and how they're treated and, the taxes they have to pay. So it really touches, it's more of a sci-fi movie. It actually is more about society and how we are as a society and how we treat people.
Yeah.
And that's what I really like about this film. And it's just great to watch. It's just trashy.
No,
So
it's
yeah,
great.
Total Recall.
No, I enjoy this film. It's very good.
So remember, he is dreaming. He is
Yes.
definitely in the dream, right? He's not on Mars. So number 3, I think we're gonna have to go with Raiders of the Lost Ark. I have seen this movie so many times. I can quote this movie probably back to front. Obviously, you love the poster. Got a
Yeah.
nice poster.
Well, we have him right here, Gentle Giant Bust.
Just
So, what's some of your favourite scenes or a couple of favourite scenes
Oh.
in this film that you love the most? Or
the
quotes?
best scene is
Yeah.
the start in the monkey temple when he grabs the
Yeah,
monkey
yeah.
head and runs, and then he's just like it's all collapsing. It's just a good scene. Like it's
Yeah.
probably one of the most recognized scenes I
Yeah.
think in
When
movie
he,
history.
when he switches the
Yeah.
sack with the
Yeah,
gold.
yeah, with the gold, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. And then the other guy after, you don't speak that. Get
Yeah,
it?
look, that's fantastic. I love this
Yeah.
film. I do. I love
I
it.
remember he hates snakes, so
Yes.
just a great film, and no,
It's
just
great.
it's
Love
just
it.
great.
No,
yeah.
it is. One of
Yeah.
the best adventure films.
Yeah.
And I know you love archaeology.
Yeah, I love archaeology. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
It's just a trash festival to watch.
Oh, this
Like-
is masterpiece.
Yeah,
It's in
great
my list as
masterpiece.
well. It's in my
It's-
list.
Yeah, it's just great to
Yeah.
watch. Then they obviously did the multiple films after
Yeah.
that, but great film.
And the soundtrack, fantastic. John Williams.
Yeah.
Soundtrack, brilliant.
John Rice Davies,
Yes.
he plays
Sala.
and he plays Gimlin.
Yep. Gimli,
Yeah,
yep.
so, great film. All right, number 2, we're gonna have to go with The Fifth Element.
Bruce Willis.
Trash, just great to. I don't know how many times I've seen this movie.
Yeah.
Just multi-pass, multi-pass. Multi-pass.
Good, you're a classic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think people don't realize like at the start of this film, he wakes up and he's sweating. It's because it's hot because the planet's coming and it's gonna blow up, and obviously, Mila Djokovic is the fifth element of the person. But who directed? What's his name?
Not sure now.
I forgot his name.
From memory.
Yeah, it was just great film, just great story. I don't know. I just think it's so trash. It's just a good film to watch. I've seen it so many times. I don't know why I like it.
Director Luc Besson's
Luc Besson,
amazing
French.
vision of the 23rd century.
Yeah, French actor. He's done a lot of other great French films, but he wrote the storyline.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I really don't like about the movie is the screaming guy.
Oh, right, yep.
What's his name? Chris something.
It escapes me
Chris
at the moment.
Tucker. And he goes, ah!
I may have to
don't
go
know.
and watch this. It's been a long time.
Anyway,
a very long time. I may have to watch it.
That's going to be number 2, and
Yep.
number 1, the movie I've probably seen the most, The Mummy. I've seen The Mummy.
First
Yeah.
one.
Yes, The Mummy 1.
The first one, or yeah.
Yeah, no, Mummy 2 no good, but no, first Mummy.
Yeah.
Just I've seen it so many times. I probably could quote it like I'm watching the film.
There's a lot. It's very fun. There's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
a good adventure.
Yeah,
it's great.
Brendan Fraser's so funny
Yeah.
in
Hey,
Yeah,
Benny, it seems to me
like you're on the wrong side of the river. Don't look to me like I got all the horses. Don't look to me like you're on the
yeah,
wrong
that's
side
right.
of
Hey,
the river.
O'Connor.
Yeah, no, it's
Thank you very much.
You know
That
who I
guy.
like? The brother of
Jonathan.
Jonathan. He's hilarious, man. He really is.
You know in the
He's hilarious.
you know
I
in the
love
scene
him.
where he scares her, and he comes out of the thing, comes out of the sarcophagus when he pulls
Oh,
up the
yeah,
mummy,
yeah.
scares her, and he goes, you know what? I'm just a little bit high. So obviously he smokes marijuana.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like a hidden quote to it.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
up
yeah.
there, it's like ooh, it's like
My eyes.
No, it's definitely a lot of fun. It's
It's
a lot of fun. It's
And I'm going to
great.
say something. This is probably one of the movies where the actual villain is actually the victim.
Yes,
Because he loved
he did.
Pharaoh's.
Imhotep, like the wife, and obviously that was his concubine.
Yes,
and
yes.
like he loved and wanted to be with her. So he made her like he's the villain of the whole movie.
Yes.
But really he's not really the villain. Like
Yeah.
the pharaoh was the villain. He was just just had to get sucked into that. He loved her, and then I don't like what they did with the second film. I think they wrecked it. Yeah, because
There's 3, isn't there? Is there 3 or 2?
There's 3. There's a and there's
But
going to be a
Brendan
fourth
Fraser's
one.
not
There's a fourth one.
Oh, the Tomb of the Dragon
and
Emperor. Is
there's a
that
fourth
right?
one.
Oh, they did a remake. Yeah,
No, they're going to be a fourth one. They're going to do a
I
fourth
think
one.
there was a remake though recently, wasn't there?
Oh, they did a remake with a female mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was no good. That one was.
Nah.
It was a
With
female.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Yeah,
That's the one.
Yeah.
So this is the first one was the best.
The first one's
I
the best
agree.
one. Funny.
No, I agree.
So there we go. Top 20 films. So thank you for letting me join your channel.
Oh, my pleasure.
Time for some limoncello.
Now
Cheers.
Daniel made this.
Yes, homemade.
Let's try it. Limoncello. That is very nice. It's heavy. Jeez. What do you reckon the alcohol content is in that? That's fantastic.
Maybe 70.
I was going to say it's easily over 40. Easily over 40, yeah. That's great though.
I need to drink some water now.
And they're your lemons, eh?
And then my lemons. Nice.
So-
Thank you, Isaac.
My pleasure. So there you go. It's taken a while, but I finally got him. We watch a lot of films together. We're probably going to go and see Gladiator in November
Definitely.
with his brother and a few others. It's a big movie that I've been looking forward to watching. But that was Daniel. That's his list. Share in your comments below your favourite list. His list is his list. There's no right or wrong. But it was a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you, Isaac.
I appreciate it.